because he was caught off balance by the protests in the Maidan and Yanukovych then fleeing after we had brokered a deal to transition power in Ukraine.
The east of Ukraine is full not only of people who don't want to be under the interim government's control, but also of natural resources. The cities which Kiev is now striving to force into submission are sitting on large, untapped reserves of natural gas in the Dnieper-Donetsk basin. It's in this region that Royal Dutch Shell has signed a 50-year profit-sharing deal with the government of Ukraine to explore and drill for natural gas in shale rock formations, profits that Kiev doesn't want to let escape.
I would say that the economic interest in this case is what's driving the coup regime in Kiev to launch military action against its own citizens, because they stand to make a profit from these contracts signed with the previous government.
U.S. energy giant Chevron signed a similar deal for $10 billion last year, but it is focusing on developing shale gas reserves in the west of Ukraine. But it's not just energy giants that have a stake in Ukraine's reserves. U.S. Vice President Joe Biden's son has just recently joined the board of directors of Ukraine's largest private gas producer, Burisma. The company holds licenses covering the Dnieper-Donetsk basin in the east. The younger Biden isn't the only American with political ties to have recently joined Burisma's board. Devon Archer, a former senior advisor to current Secretary of State John Kerry's 2004 presidential campaign and a college roommate of Kerry's stepson, signed on in April.
Well, there's certainly no better demonstration of altruism and humanitarianism and free market than criticizing a country for corruption, sponsoring a coup to overthrow the allegedly corrupt government, and then appointing sons and friends of American officials to be on boards of companies having interests in that country. Surely that's perfectly legal and above board.
Washington now props up the government in Kiev any way it can, justifying its crackdown on the protests in the east of Ukraine, while most people there believe it's not their interests that Kiev and its Western backers have at heart. In Washington, I'm Ganesh Chakyan, RT.
Это официальный сайт украинской компании «Бурисма», самого крупного производителя природного газа на Украине. Все ее директора – иностранцы. Да какие! Вот, знакомьтесь, управляющий фирмы Хантер Байден, родной сын действующего вице-президента Соединенных Штатов Америки Джо Байдена. А это Девон Арчер, друг приемного сына госсекретаря США Джона Керри, того самого, который активнее других требовал ввести санкции против России. А это еще один управляющий украинской Бурисмой, экс-президент Польши Александр Квасневский. Теперь эти люди владеют национальным достоянием Украины. Но самое интересное, кто является основным учредителем компании – огромная военная тайна. Зато не секрет, что высокопоставленные родственники новых газовых директоров теперь часто бывают в Киеве, чтобы научить Украину, как правильно жить.